Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Mr. Payne bringing you percent increase and decrease, Unit 6, Lesson 6. In the last lesson, we learned a quick way to find percent of a total. In this lesson, we would like to develop and understand methods for increasing and decreasing numbers by a certain percent. We will start with the increasing case. One of the things that I want to remember and touch upon is that we always start from 100%. So when I always think about all this stuff as if I buy a new hoodie or a new hat or a new pair of sneakers. And if it's not on sale, okay, I'm paying 100% for that item. So if you keep that in mind, that everything is based off that 100%, this will be very easy for you. So let's look at A. Find the population of beetles a week later by finding the 6% of 350 and adding it to the original population. So this is doing it the old way. I want you to take that 6%. And what do we do with that 6%? We change it to a decimal, so it's 0.06. And how do we do that? If it's 6%, and the decimals here, I move it 2 places to the left, and now it goes from a decimal to a percent, from a percent to a decimal. And we multiply it to 350. When we do the math, it's going to equal 21. Now with that $21, I have to add it back to the 350 because it says that the population is increasing. So it's plus 21, which gives me a total for the next week of 371 beetles. For B, I want to show you how you can do that in all one step. Find the population of beetles a week later by single multiplication. Why does this work? Remember I said that on week 1, my at 100% is 350 beetles. But I want to take that 100% and each week I want to increase it by 6%. So I'm going to add that 6% right there. And you can do that, it's easy mental math. So really, I have 106%. And if I change that to a decimal, I'm going to take that and move it 2 places, so it's going to be 1.06. So if I take 1.06 times 350, I'm going to get 371. So notice, instead of changing it to a decimal here, multiplying it, getting my answer, and then adding my answer, I take that 6% and I add it to 100 and make it 1.06 because 100 plus 6% gives me 106%. Move my decimal twice, and it's 1.06. Now it says, what will the beetle population after 2 weeks be? Well, I'm still increasing by that 6%, so it's still going to give me 1.06. That's still my percentage that I'm increasing by, but now I'm going to use my total that I just found times 371. And that's going to give me 393. Let's do some more examples with that for exercise number 2. I'm going to do one with you, and then I'm going to leave the other 2 to you. So I'm going to do A, 440 by 12%, and it's increasing, so I'm going to take that 12% and add it, so it's going to be 112. So I'm going to say 440 times 1.12, which is going to give me an answer of 492.8. Don't forget, how did I come up with that 100 or 1.12? I took that 12% and I added it to my 100%. So this is 112% written as a decimal. I'm going to jump over to C. I'm going to let you do B on your own, and I'm going to jump over to C. What I would like you to do is take that 100%, add your 3.5%, and making sure that your decimals are lined up correctly so that you're going to get a 103.5%. You move that decimal 2 places, it's going to give you 1.035. So 1.035 times 120. And that's going to give me 124.2. I would like you to now try exercise 3 on your own as well. We would also like you to work with decreasing by a certain percent. This will follow a similar, if not identical, pattern to increasing case. Again, let's understand what is going on with the introductory problem. A cup of coffee is cooling down such that the temperature is decreasing at a constant rate of 8% per minute. Let's say the coffee starts at 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Find its temperature after 1 minute by finding 8% of 200, then subtracting. So this is how we did it the old way. We're going to say 0.08. because that's what it is as a decimal, times 200, and get an answer of 16. So it's decreasing 16 degrees per minute. So now I have to subtract that 16 to get what it actually is, and now the temperature is 184. Let's show you how to do that all in one swoop now. I have my 100%. So as it starts, it's 200 degrees Fahrenheit with 100%. I want to take 8% away from that, so minus 8%, which is going to give me 92%. If I want to write 92% as a decimal, I bounce it over, and I say, okay, it's 0.92. So I'm going to say 0.92 times my 200, and that's going to give me my 184 degrees Fahrenheit. Now it says, what will the temperature of coffee after 2 minutes? So I'm going to say, okay, 0.92 again, because that's my constant rate. Now the coffee is currently at 184 degrees, so I'm going to multiply that by 184. So 0.92 times 184 will give me 169 degrees. Exercise 5. The enrollment of students at school is decreasing at a constant rate of 5% per year. Question A is a really important question that you have to think about. If I'm taking away that 5%, what percent remains after 1 year? 95%. And that's really important if you're talking about sales and you go to a store. The easiest way to calculate what you actually pay for an item is if it's a 30% discount. How much are you actually paying for that shirt? Well, that's 70%. So all you have to do is multiply that percent of 70% times the cost of the item, and that gives you exactly how much you would have to pay minus the sales tax and all that stuff. But that's the easiest way to calculate what an item is. So B, if the population in the year is 2,300 times that single calculation of 0.95, because that's how many students are actually going to be there, we'll get an answer very quickly of 2,185. Let's go ahead and do some practice. I'm going to let you do A and B since we did 3 examples already. I'm going to jump over to C. So you take care of A and B, and I'm going to do C with you. C, I would definitely use your calculator for this and take my 100% and subtract my 3.5% to help you get the number of 96.5. I feel that mentally that'll be very difficult for you, so make sure that you use your calculator to come up with that 96.5%. Now, feel free to go ahead and move that decimal place 2 places. So you're going to be multiplying 0.965 times 122, which will give me an answer of 117.73. I would like you to go ahead and try exercise 7 on your own. And we will come back to those in class. So we're going to do in class exercise 6, A and B, and exercise 7 to check to make sure that you understand what is going on today. Thank you very much.